The Tom Willander saga just got way more intense as Tom Willander himself speaks out in a recent interview on where him and the Vancouver Canucks management stand on his no contract heading into this offseason. We're going to break down the implications, exactly what Willander said, and what's next for the Vancouver Canucks as they try to figure out what to do with their top prospect. We have a lot to break down in this episode. You're not going to want to miss it. But before we get into it, if you're part of the 62.4% that's not subscribed and watching this content, if you want a place and a home to find all up-to-date Canucks content, make sure to go down and hit that free subscribe button. It helps us out a bunch, and in return, we'll keep you up to date on everything to do around your Vancouver Canucks. For that, we'll hop straight into the first topic today. We're in an interview today by Ken Robinson of Elite Prospects. Go check him out. He does awesome work. I'm going to pin this down below if you want to read the full article. He spoke to Tom Willander amid his contract stalemate. I spoke with Tom Willander about his season, the current contract talks, and what lies ahead. Now, there's a lot of stuff coming out from Tom Willander himself, so let's just hop straight into a couple quotes. The first one is Tom Willander speaking on playing for Team Sweden in the tournament. They asked us earlier in the season, the Canucks didn't want us to play there. But then as time moved on, it became viable. So we decided, okay, it would be fun to go play games with really good players. Now, if you missed any of the news on Tom Willander, we did see he is playing with Team Sweden in the national tournament. He's playing with top talent in Rasmus Andersson. Listen, I know it's a Canucks fan. We hate this guy, but there's still a very good talent. Marcus Pettersson, his soon and hopefully to be soon teammate on the Vancouver Canucks. There's a lot of guys for Willander to learn from on this team, and getting the experience is going to be awesome for him. But this is going against what Canucks management wanted to happen, and this is coming from the mouth of Willander himself in this interview. Now, we seen yesterday Rick Dolly spoke on the situation as well, and he said the funny thing is they're not super far apart. Some say the gap is only 200,000. Cooler heads should prevail and get this kid a part of the Canucks. Now, if the Canucks are really holding off from signing their top prospect, over $200,000. This is insane. Start a GoFundMe, whatever it takes. Get this kid a part of the organization. Now, I know a lot of people are pointing fingers at ownership to spend some money on Rick Tocchet, who is a coach that might end up walking, going out, paying their players, and giving this kid $200,000 to get him on the roster. This is a major turning point, and the Canucks need to just go out, give him the money, get him a part of this, get him down with Absurd. And speaking of Absurd, we've seen Willander speak. A lot of people said Willander wanted to join the Canucks. He didn't want to go to Absurd. That's why he returned to Boston University. But he said, no, we didn't ask for anything like that on getting NHL playing time right away, burning the ELC. And I know a lot of people in the comments are looking at this and saying, hey, he would have to play 9 games to burn his ELC, but with an NCAA guy coming out of college straight to the NHL, you do not need the 9 games. When you play with a team in the National Hockey League, it would burn the year. It seemed like Willander wanted to do this, but he made it very clear they didn't ask for that. They didn't ask for any playing time. He would have been happily to join the Abbotsford Canucks, to get reps with them, to play with them. But it seems like the Canucks had other ideas, and it does seem like money is starting to become the reason on this, which is ridiculous. Get a facility for these players to train in, get new seats, get everything we need. This Canucks team deserves better. Now, with this, we know Tom Willander, if you missed out or haven't followed Tom Willander at all, he is their top prospect, 11th overall pick in 2023 by the Vancouver Canucks, a right-handed shot defenseman, 20 years old, playing on the top line for Boston University in the Hockey East for the past 2 seasons. Willander put up 25 points, followed by 24. We've seen him in the World Juniors. We're going to see him with the national team, playing for Sweden as well. A fun fact with Willander, actually, before being drafted 2 years prior, I believe it was, he was a forward, transitioning into a defenseman as he felt his defensive game was his strongest suit. So Willander does have offensive potential. And listen, I know looking at this, 2 goals, 22 assists, it doesn't look flashy, but in college, this is great numbers. We know he's a great, reliable two-way defenseman that can be a projected top 4 defenseman, or maybe Quinn Hughes' partner of the future. Tom Willander, in my opinion, is a must-get prospect. A prospect that a lot of people are going to call on this offseason as this continues to trickle in. I mean, if I was a GM of another team, and listen, obviously I'm not, but looking at this, a 20-year-old right-handed defenseman ready to make an impact, This is a must-get prospect, and the Canucks need to figure this out. Now, Tom Willander continues on. When asking on if he's worried about if he can control things, he said, "It's been good. I try to be objective with it all. It's not bothering me too much. I liked Vancouver. I like the guys around the development team as well as the guys on the team and in Abbey. The draft picks I've met, I like all those guys." Willander has made it very clear he wants to be a part of this Canucks organization. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this and say, hey, if the reports are over 200,000, why doesn't he just take a smaller contract? But if you're in the position, a 20-year-old kid playing in Boston, we know the big thing with Tom Willander as well. He takes his education very seriously. Him and his family are very strict on this. He finishes classes in Boston University. He could return as early as next season to Boston University. We've seen Allvin say there's a possibility this happens. We've seen his manager say they're going to look at other options. This situation is getting very tricky for the Canucks. They need to work something out between this, and if you're in the position of, hey, take 200K less. We want you here, but take 200K less. You're not going to just accept that. Now, looking at the Canucks going into next year, there's a lot of gaping holes on this team. Right wing, we could see Brock return. At center, they need to find a third-line center or a second-line center if you want to move Hedl down. But looking on the back end, this is where things get tricky. Right now, we do see Quinn Hughes, Tyler Myers, Marcus Pettersson, Filip Hronek. I think you can get away with this top four. There is a rookie pairing of DPD and Victor Mancini on the bottom as well. But looking at the Canucks bringing in Tom Willander, this is where I think we could add so much value. If you wanted to bring in a guy like Derek Forbort, if you wanted Tom Willander to get more reps in the NHL, you could do this as well. As long as he's signed, he could come over, play with Abbey. He could come up throughout the season. We could see them rotate between Mancini, DPD, Forbort if he returns. We can see Tom Willander slide in on this, but I do think Tom Willander has played at every level. We've seen him in Sweden. We've seen him with the Swedish national team. You can check out those games because it seems like he's going to stay there instead of joining Abbotsford, which he wants to do. But I mean, listen, this situation is getting tricky. The future is looking really strange for the Canucks. Overall, Tom Willander, as I said, is someone the Canucks need to figure out what they're doing with them. They need to figure out now. It has to be tomorrow, the next day, whenever it is. They need to get this situation figured out from. But what's your guys' thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on Willander's comments? What's your thoughts on him just coming out, joining the national team for Sweden instead of returning to Vancouver to play with the Abbotsford Canucks? What's your thoughts on how management, how the owners are handling all this? When you think we're finally going to get a practice facility? Because listen, the PWHL, awesome to see them join Vancouver. They have a practice facility and the Canucks still do not. Go down and leave a comment on everything I spoke on in this video. Your thoughts on Willander. Where would you like to see him play next year? Because I want to see him on the Canucks. Let me know all this down in the comments. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'll be back with another episode, so keep your eye out for that. But I've been your host, Mark. Bye and take care.